Welcome to this episode of Senior Living. Thanks for joining us. We're glad you chose to tune in. Got a lot of things going on in the Verde Valley. It is spring, you know, and the activities are starting to really pick up throughout the entire Verde Valley. One of the ones that's been at the top of the list for a little while, and something that we should find out a little bit more about, is the Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run. It's a great tribute to a great man in our community, and we're very, very proud to have presented this. This year's is the 2012 Hominy. It's the 4th annual Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run. And joining us in studio today to help us talk about it is Ryan Bigelow, the supervisor for Cottonwood, City of Cottonwood Parks and Rec Center, and Dr. Bruce Peak with Heart and Vascular Center of Northern Arizona. Welcome to both of you, and thanks for joining us. Ryan, we've been looking forward to this. We've talked a little bit about it, and we've got some great plans for the day of the event. Give us a few more of the details on the event itself.
Some of the basics, Pam. April 21st, of course. We have 4 different events. This year we've added a full marathon, the 26.2 miles. It's a long ways, but we've got several people out there locally and across Arizona who've already registered, so they're ready to go. We have a half marathon, a 10K, and a 2 mile, so we kind of feel like there's something out there for everybody.
Sounds like it. It's definitely got a lot of possibilities, and we've still got a little bit of time to decide, yeah, I think we can do this. Dr. Peak, we truly appreciate the participation of Heart and Vascular Center and the support that the sponsorships, all of the sponsors are giving us, but we want to thank you for being here. Do we need to start running every day so we can be ready to run that marathon?
Well, it's been a distinct pleasure on our part to sponsor this for the last 4 years, and we continue to want to sponsor it. And the main reason is to try to really improve health. We've had a great show every year, and it's continued to grow. And what we're hoping that we can do this year is to invite some more of the seniors in the community to get involved. As Ryan said, we have a 2-mile walk run that's available, and there's no honor in being after the first place. There's no dishonor to that. So we want people to just come out and have fun. And what you can just start doing is just start a simple walking program. If some of the seniors especially are going out and walking a half mile to a mile, doing a little bit of stretching exercise, there's no speed here that you have to get in. Just try to come out and have fun and do the distance.
I participated in a 5K walk, did not run, but it inspired me to make sure that I continue to do some of that walking. It's not that difficult. You have to, just pay attention to the basics, but walking a little bit every day has definitely been a benefit.
That's exactly the case. And in my own case, I'm not a great runner. My hips don't really like it. I'm getting a little older. And so you'll find me out there on race day, and you'll find me out there on my bike. And I'll probably run the marathon course just on my bike, having fun and talking to people and just enjoying the day. But any form of exercise, that's what we want to encourage.
Absolutely. Ryan, you're going to let him out there on a bicycle? Is that going to
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, we want his and everybody's participation any way possible. We don't actually have be clear that we don't actually have a registration for bicyclists, but Dr. Peak and the Heart and Vascular Center, they're going to be out there in all kinds of forms.
That is going to be a great benefit for everybody that's participating to have you out there, and it's supportive in a lot of different ways. We just talked about walking and being able to enjoy that type of activity. I want to do this. I want to walk the 2 mile, maybe even the 10K, but I want to walk the 2 mile. I take my dog for a walk every single day. Anything more that I can do, it's a short, less than a month away. Anything else that would help me just feel like I was a little more comfortable with that?
A month is more than enough time to get yourself in shape to be a participant. You're not looking to be a winner necessarily. You're looking just to participate in it. My recommendation to people is begin walking and try to stretch that walk out till you're going 1 to 2 miles. Again, don't worry about the time. The time takes care of itself and actually will shorten if you just maintain it. If people are doing a walk every other day until the time of race day, they will easily complete the 2 miles. It'll be fun for them. They'll enjoy themselves. They're not going to come out sore. They'll find it a rewarding experience.
I think that's true. I know that there are some other things. One of the things that I think some of us find is our muscles and our joints get more sore than if we're walking. There's no real chance of hurting ourselves in theory, but just to be able to keep stretched and keep your muscles ready to take that on.
Simple stretching exercises beforehand will help. If you're not sure what to do, there's enough people around that you can even just ask on race day, and even stretching that day. Good, comfortable walking shoes, very, very important to avoid orthopedic injuries. Good, comfortable, loose-fitting clothing is real important, and water and things will be available to all participants.
Excellent.
Pam, if you don't mind, if I'll jump in there.
I was just going to turn it over to you.
You know what? On that note, Entire Care is also one of our primary sponsors. They help out there. So Rehab and Sports Medicine, they're going to have a booth at the race there. So if anybody has those questions about the stretching and the rehab part of things, Entire Care will be represented there as well.
That's excellent to know. What other I don't want to quick kick Entire Care if there is, more information that we should know about them, but there are going to be other sponsors that are there the day of the event as well, right?
Yeah, it takes a whole community to put on an event like this, and that's what we take a lot of pride in, is that the Verde Valley in general gets together to produce this, and along with Entire Care and the Heart and Vascular Center, the Cottonwood Chamber of Commerce has always been a sponsor for us. Mountain View Villa has been a big supporter. Arizona Smile Designers, the Cottonwood Best Western has provided a deal for some of the runners from out of town this year. Renegades and Girona are going to be involved as far as the food's concerned. Solomon Sports has provided us gift certificates for running shoes for winners of our races. So a lot of local people getting involved, either participating, volunteering, or sponsoring.
When we opened this segment, it's so fitting that the community be involved in the way that they are. The man that this is a memorial run was that involved in our community, and it's a great way to just show the support and show the energy and synergy that this community does have. We start off the day very, very early. I know because Yava Pipe Broadcasting and Verde Valley TV are going to be there. It's an early wake-up call.
Absolutely. To get a marathon done, because it is such a long distance, we're going to start that one at 6 o'clock in the morning. We don't want to have people running out there if it happens to be 85, 90 degrees that day, but it will be sunny and beautiful. I know that for sure.
Absolutely.
But the other races, then again, the half marathon doesn't start until 7:30. Then the 10Ks at 7:45, and the 2 mile starts at 7:55. So relatively early, but hopefully again a beautiful day and a nice day for everybody to come out and participate.
We've been ordering beautiful weather. It's been that way, and
thank you.
That's what we're going to count on. And while 85 is a beautiful day, 85 degrees still is a beautiful day. It's a little tough to be out there running in that. We're going to take a short break, and we want you to stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The Vaughn Law offices in Cottonwood have been serving the legal needs of Northern Arizona since it was established in the year 2000. With experience in legal matters from criminal and civil courtroom litigation to corporate and personal, the attorneys and staff use their core values to support their clients through any legal situation. Visit online at vaughn-law.com to learn more about the Vaughn Law offices. A proud supporter of the Verde Valley community.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Now, some action from the courts. Billie Jean King renewing her rivalry with Arthritis. First set, furious volley, and right to the net for a winner. Beautiful forehand there. Arthritis, stunned. And here, match point. Billie Jean with the ace, taking it in straight sets. Afterwards, a jubilant Billie Jean King.
Tennis is a weapon for me with arthritis. There's nothing like it for me to hit a ball, run to the ball, anytime, any court. I'm ready. Let's go.
What's your weapon against arthritis? Find out at fightarthritispain.org.
Welcome back to Senior Living. Thanks for staying with us. We are going to continue to talk to Ryan Bigelow, Supervisor of Cottonwood Parks and Rec, and Dr. Bruce Peak with Heart and Vascular Center of Northern Arizona. We are again talking about the Brian Mickelsen Memorial, the 4th annual, this April 21st. And Ryan, people still have time to register. How are we doing so far? Do we have a lot of registrations?
Yeah, we're doing very well. Thank you to our sponsorships and our sponsors like the Heart and Vascular Center of Northern Arizona. We're able to put in some of the capital to do some of the initial advertising for an event like this because we are no longer a local event. This has become a regional event now and a place, a destination where people want to be. At this point in time, we have 330 registered. That actually tops the number that we had total in 2010. So we are growing, and we're well ahead of pace from last year even. So we'll see how far that takes us. But on that note, up until April 1st, the rates are 70 for the marathon, 50 for the half marathon, 30 for the 10K, and 20 for the 2 mile. As of April 1st, those will increase, and then you can also register a race day, but then again, there's another increase in the rates. So I encourage everybody to register as early as possible, and that can be done at the Cottonwood Recreation Center, or they can do that online at cottonwoodaz.gov.
We've had the website up for people to go to check out registration. Since we are talking about the entry fees for the marathon, Ryan, tell us a little bit about the Brian Mickelsen, the foundation that this helps support. Yeah,
that's no problem. We pride ourselves, our rates are very reasonable in the first place. If you go to other events, and we've earmarked other events, and just to see where we stand, and we're more than reasonable. But any of the proceeds that we do make for this event, Lynn Mickelsen has started a foundation in Brian's name, and with those funds, she has created a scholarship with the local Kiwanis, which Brian was a member of, I believe, and they have a scholarship in Brian's name, and she also donates money back to the local search and rescue, which was the organization that was able to locate Brian when he unfortunately passed in 2007.
And Lynn has been very active since the very beginning. Since the very beginning,
I can say that this wouldn't exist without Lynn and her motivation, her persistence to get this up and running and to continue with it. This is obviously a passion of hers, and we have a great group of core volunteers who have been back annually to help out this event. There's a lot of hands that go into something like this. And Lynn is definitely a big player, and you know, she gets some of the proceeds, and the community benefits.
Absolutely, that is, and again, very, very appropriate under the circumstances. I think that just completes the circle. What other, if you want to call them events, what other things might we be able to enjoy throughout the day of the marathon?
It's not just the running. We have a couple of groups. Renegades is going to be there providing some after the race fuel, some pasta, so you can reload a little bit. We've got a number of vendors coming this year that are going to be there to just promote some of their products. You can stay and hang out, and you don't have to purchase anything, but just check out some of the locals, see what they've got going on. And there's also going to be the Knuckleheads band will be there playing, so we'll have some live music at the finish line. It doesn't have to be just a race. You can come and enjoy a beautiful warm day at the park.
And the park is pretty beautiful. It's definitely something that I think that while the excitement, if you want to call it that, will be at the beginning and the end of each of the different parts of the race, there is going to be plenty going on and plenty of things to keep people busy until you can cheer on your favorite person coming in at the finish line.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have 2 sets of award ceremonies this year. So in the past we've done just one, but we'll add another award ceremony so we can kind of get those 10K and 2-milers to not have to stay there the entire day, so they can just be there, finish up their event, have plenty of time to do that, and then we'll do an award ceremony, and then we'll do a second award ceremony for the full marathoners and the half marathoners at later in the day. So that's a new addition to this year.
I'm sure that even the 2-miler and the 10Kers are going to want to stick around and enjoy the rest of the day, but it's kind of nice to give them their own award ceremony and let that be part of it. Again, something that the whole family can enjoy. There are things to do that I've seen. What's the youngest that's registered for I've seen some kids, some pretty young kids that have participated.
On the website even now we've got a great photo of some kids. They can't be anywhere from 6 to 8 years old, just lined up at the start line. This is obviously one of their first events they've ever been to, but it's great exposure. It gets kids thinking that participating in these types of things is fun. This is something they'll want to continue to do. This is something that people annually look forward to and will want to start training for. So getting kids involved is very important.
And 2 aspects in my mind. One is the health factor and participating in things like that. And the other is the community support, the being involved and giving in that part. Those are 2 lessons that kids can learn from a lot. Yeah. So kids from, we're going to call it 6 to 60, knowing full well that there's probably maybe a couple younger and probably several of us that are older. And again, just want to stress the importance of being active, and something like this can really get you jump-started to keeping active and staying healthy. Dr. Peak, any other bits of advice as far as that's concerned?
Well, over the past couple of years, I've been there at the race each year, and we really see a large portion of the community that is younger, and these are people that run and do things on a regular basis. Part of what we want to do at Heart and Vascular Center is really encourage people who are older, 40s, 50s, 60s, all the way up to 80s and 90s, to get them to understand that the thing that will keep you going longer than anything is having an active lifestyle. And simple walking programs work extremely well. If we can get the message out to that group of the community to come down and enjoy the day and simply be part of the festivities, I think that they're going to enjoy it so much. My hope is that they slowly get hooked on exercise. They feel better, they're going to look better, their health improves, and one of the side benefits is their costs go down. This is really what we're promoting. So long term, the goal is to get the entire community, not just the younger folks who want to win a race, but the entire community participating in this event.
There is a competitive spirit to it, no doubt, especially marathoners. That's a huge, huge piece of it. When you think of it in terms of competing with yourself, maybe is the way I want to say it, that I can do this a little bit better. Next month I'm going to walk 2 miles and I'm going to do it quicker. I am going to my calves aren't going to ache when I get done the next time. I think there's some real internal competitiveness that can really make us that don't get quite as active and don't go play racquetball and run, make us feel better and not have to visit Heart and Vascular Center so often.
I absolutely love that concept, because when people do get hooked into this, they do feel better. And when they stop, they'll say, I'm not feeling as good. I wonder why. It clicks with them, and they go back to it. I take care of so many people in their 90s who are in good health, could easily do 2 miles and participate. It's amazing to watch them, but generally they've protected themselves and been active. So I encourage everybody, get out there, participate a little bit. Even if you only go half of the 2-mile walk, I think you'll enjoy it and have a good day.
And it's better than not doing it at all. Brian Mickelsen Memorial Run, April 21st, Riverfront Park, sponsored by the good folks at Heart and Vascular Center, Entire Care, the City of Cottonwood, many other sponsors. Yavapai Broadcasting will be there, Verde Valley TV will be there. Ryan, Dr. Peak, and we want you to be there. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
Now, some action from the courts. Billie Jean King renewing her rivalry with Arthritis. First set, furious volley, and right to the net for a winner. Beautiful forehand there. Arthritis, stunned. And here, match point. Billie Jean with the ace, taking it in straight sets. Afterwards, a jubilant Billie Jean King.
Tennis is a weapon for me with arthritis. There's nothing like it for me to hit a ball, run to the ball, anytime, any court. I'm ready. Let's go.
What's your weapon against arthritis? Find out at fightarthritispain.org.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hi, and welcome back to Senior Living. We're glad you chose to join us. We are talking a little bit about healthy lifestyles today, and we actually have our next guest that is going to be talking about the first annual free healthcare screening that's going to be right here in Cottonwood at the Seventh-day Adventist Church on the corner of Mingus and Willard. Dr. Duane Bauer. And welcome to Senior Living. Thank you very much for being here. The health fair is scheduled for April 22nd, and it's a full day of activities as well, and it doesn't sound like it's going to be boring. It sounds pretty exciting. Fill us in.
No, it should be very, very fun. There's going to be so many people there. We've got people taking blood pressure, we have people taking blood sugar, we have a chiropractor, we have senior services from the Verde Valley Medical Center, TOPS, Curves, Sedona Foot and Ankle, Sedona Center for Women, Arizona Dermatology, Arizona Smile Designers, Southwestern Eye Center is going to be there, Belltone Hearing Center is going to be there, Entire Care from the hospital, Simon Med will be there. There will be somebody from the dietary part of the hospital taking blood sugar. ACES Massage School will actually have people there doing massages. There's going to be the Sedona Detox, Digestive Wellness Center, and the Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging, just to name some of the things that are going to be going on.
Nobody better need doctors on April 22nd. It's a good thing. It's a Sunday, so maybe everybody's going to be here. So if you need anything, come out there. What inspired you to create this event? Because I haven't seen anything like this in the area for quite a while.
You know, I'm not really sure. The thing is that the church is there. There's a big lot, and I was thinking that we're not really using it, okay, as much as it should be, which should be a resource. Seventh-day Adventists have always been health conscious. Okay, and so they're doing out many reports have been in the even National Geographic stating that Adventists live about 10 times longer. So they've really always been about health and thought this was just a wonderful outreach into our community to give back and to help people with their health, to give them some of the ideas that's going on, some of the things that are checking. Sometimes it's very hard to be shopping for a professional when you have something going on, and it's hard to make that first step through the threshold of their front door. But you know what? If you've seen them in a neutral ground, you've talked to them, they're friendly, they're nice people, you've asked questions, it really breaks down a lot of walls and barriers, and so you're able to actually pursue with the information in hand.
You know, that is so true, and we do have a little bit of a, I hate calling it transient, but I know when we first came to the Verde Valley, it took me way longer than it should have to find resources to select physicians from. I just didn't want to deal with it. So you're absolutely right, and I didn't think of it in that regard. Plus being able to just have some of these basic screenings done to see if there's a need to further follow up on that. But I do understand that there's going to be a lot more going on that day.
There is.
And there's
a garage sale going on in the school gymnasium that's going to support one of our evangelists, that it's missionaries going to Ethiopia. So all of the proceeds from that are going to go towards that that trip. There's also, we have a bluegrass band. In fact, they play every single Friday, and they play gospel music, and so you're able to sing. If you play an instrument, you're welcome to come at Friday night at 7 o'clock, but they're going to be there at the fair as well, and they're going to be playing. There's also going to be some people there with some vegetarian foods and some water, some granolas, things like that. We're talking with the fire department. We're hoping they're going to be there to promote the batteries in your smoke detectors, but also have some equipment there so people can actually get it up front in phase 2, because safety is a part of health.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know we have a great relationship with the fire department. We talk about little things that people need to remember. Things as simple as watch the tie on your bathrobe if you're cooking breakfast. It seems very basic, but something that we need to be reminded about every so often.
Sure.
And again, this event is going to be April 22nd. It's 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And do people have to sign up, register? Is there an admission charge?
There is no admission charge. It is absolutely free. It's just come out, see us, enjoy yourself, get everything looked at from your eyes to your ears to your teeth to your back, all the way down to your feet and the skin you're in.
I really, really like it a lot. Again, Seventh-day Adventist Church, corner of Mingus and Willard, Sunday, April 22nd, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. A full list of health-related professionals, including physicians and nutritionists, your hearing, your eyes. We invite everybody to get out there, enjoy it. Again, we know that weekend is going to be beautiful. The weather's going to be great.
Absolutely.
And we are definitely looking forward to it. So, Dr. Bauer, thank you for joining us, and I will look forward to stopping by and checking in on everybody.
Wonderful.
And we'll see you there.
Thank you very much.
We're going to step away for just a little bit. We'll be right back, and we'll learn some more great information. Stay tuned.
The Vaughn Law offices in Cottonwood have been serving the legal needs of northern Arizona since it was established in the year 2000. With experience in legal matters from criminal and civil courtroom litigation to corporate and personal, the attorneys and staff use their core values to support their clients through any legal situation. Visit online at vaughn-law.com to learn more about the Vaughn Law offices, a proud supporter of the Verde Valley community.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
With a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes out to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Senior Living, and we are going to find out about an organization that's been helping in Camp Verde for many, many years, and we are very proud to talk to and about the Camp Verde Library Endowment. You know, their mission is to basically do whatever it takes to help support the Camp Verde Library, the health, having books, making sure that they have everything that they need, and they have taken that mission very seriously. This April 14th is going to be their 11th annual Denim and Lace fundraising dinner. Welcome, Charlie German. We're very glad to have you. You've been involved with this since the beginning, haven't you?
Thank you, Pam. Actually, I haven't. I came on, I think, about 2005 or 2006 at that point. But I've always been involved with the library. In fact, Dorothy Wood and I were involved in the original building of the original building down there in 1974, 1975. So
wow.
We go back a while in dealing with the library, but we're excited about this year's event.
Well, tell me, just before we talk about the event, because there is a lot to talk about, but the Library Endowment, I very simplistically stated the mission. Do you have more eloquent words to describe what it is that your long-term goal is?
Well, I think you nailed it pretty well. Our main goal is to have a sum of money of $500,000 is our goal, and that's the principal, which we would not touch. And as that generates interest over the years, or over the year, then that would be available to put into the library with enhancements, programs, and things that the town wouldn't normally budget for in the town budget. So it's to give those added on kinds of things that during the course of the year you've already submitted your budget and something breaks or something new comes out. So it gives the library director more options on being able to buy those particular kinds of items or whatever they might deem necessary for the library.
Right. The Library Endowment, the organization itself, is totally nonprofit, correct?
Totally nonprofit, and all volunteers.
That's what I was just going to say, all volunteers. So another one of those opportunities that if books are a passion, for instance, or if just making sure that the community has resources available, do you accept new members into your organization and new volunteers to help out? We
accept volunteers. We just increased our bylaws to have 16 members on the board, but we've also talked about raising that to possibly 20, but we haven't done that. But we also have a group of volunteers that don't particularly want to be involved to that degree, but they'll help out as they can. So we call them our library worker bees. So they just buzz around like crazy and get all these things accomplished for us. So it's been very nice. About 3 years ago, the endowment went into an agreement with the town to take care of discarded books and things that no longer had a value per se to the town. And so what we've done is we've taken on the project of having a book sale every month, with the exception of July, and it's the first Thursday of every month. And so we have our members of our endowment board, and we also have some of the town volunteers that handle that. So we have basically two fundraising events. It's the bookstore sale, and it occurs every month, and then we also have our annual Denim and Lace auction.
And you've answered one of my questions to know what other fundraising events, but that book sale has to be very helpful. Although, as much as I love books and as fun as they can be, Denim and Lace has them whooped up on. I'm sorry, it's probably a lot more fun than the book sales.
Well, I tell you, depending on who the volunteers are down there in that library annex, one might argue that just a little bit.
All right, I'll have to go check.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay, I'll have to go check that out. But back to the Denim and Lace dinner and auction. I know that I've been aware of this, maybe not for the entire 11 years, but for quite some time. It is held at the conference center at the Cliff Castle Casino Hotel Lodge, and they are one of the major sponsors. And I looked at the list. Let me back up for a second. Tell us what the event is, what all is involved that evening at that event.
Well, I tell you, the event is just an evening of a lot of fun with family, neighbors, and friends. We open the doors for registration at 5 o'clock. We have silent auction items that are displayed, and people are able to view that during that hour before we actually eat. And they also, this year, we're going to have the Chinese auction again, and that Chinese auction is where people will buy tickets, and there might be 10 baskets, and each basket has a bag in front of it where you can drop your tickets, and you can put all 10 tickets into one bag, or you can put 3 tickets in one and 2 in another. Whatever you have an interest in to increase your chances. So they'll be able to view those, take a look at that, and we've added another feature this year, and that's a 50-50 pot. Oh. So that as people put in, we're going to split that at the end of the evening with the lucky winner.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I am looking at a list of over 40 items that you've gotten already. You've got are you still accepting donations for the auctions? Excellent. We are looking at things like tickets to the Grand Canyon Railroad. We've got pendants from Laid Back Jewelers, passes to the Camp Verde pool, a quilt. I'm assuming that's a handmade quilt. There are so many items on here. You can't. You have to at least bid on some of them. That's going to be a lot of fun. The event again is April 14th, and tickets are still available?
They are still available.
Although going quickly, I understand.
They are. We're capped at 180 tickets, and the last count I had, we had about 25 to 30 tickets left. So we've sold out every year.
I do remember that.
You can attest to that.
I do recall that. You can, the information's been on the screen. You can get a hold of the Camp Verde Library Endowment to purchase your tickets. Tickets will not be available at the door, but it is such a worthwhile cause, and we're sure it's going to be a success, and we need you to help make it so. We are going to take a break real quick, and we are going to be back with the Arizona State Parks winner of the award for Volunteer Team of the Year. Stay tuned.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet, so bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Starry, starry night, flaming flowers that brightly blaze, swirling clouds in violet haze.
When I first started coming to the Verde Valley many, many years ago, one of the many things that was absolutely amazing to me was how many more stars there are up here. Well, we all know there aren't really any more stars here than there are in Phoenix, but the night skies, the dark skies, make it so much easier to view them. In fact, therein lies the reason for the glasses. We can even view our big star. We are here with J.D. Maddy, and we are going to talk about Astro Verde, the astronomy club here in the Verde Valley.
Oh, thank you.
J.D., thanks for meeting with us.
Pleasure for you to be here. Just one precaution about viewing the sun. At nighttime, we don't have much of a problem with burning our eyes with the starlight, but whenever you view the sun, be sure to wear proper solar eyewear protection, such as these eclipse viewing glasses or properly outfitted telescopes with proper solar filters.
And I will attest to the fact that there is absolutely nothing you can see except for the sun when you're wearing those glasses, so that helps out a little bit. You have been involved with gazing at all of the stars and the night skies and the daytime skies for many years. What got you interested?
Well, it was actually Sputnik when the Russians launched Sputnik back in 1959. It was just really neat to go out at nighttime and watch that thing traverse across the sky as a moving star, and it basically captured my interest ever since.
I actually named a dog Sputnik when that came out because I was so fascinated with all of it. So have you been in the Verde Valley all of this time?
No, we've moved to the Verde Valley about 12 years ago, and one of the reasons was the dark skies. We just love it up here. You can see that the Milky Way just really looks like a rain cloud as it moves across the sky at night. So we really enjoy looking at the stars. And as well, you can see we've kind of went overkill with the telescopes. We like it so much.
Well, it seems fascinating. I've seen many of the pictures that you've posted on the website, and it's absolutely amazing the level of detail that you can see. Again, even viewing with the naked eye, the stars are absolutely amazing, and you can see so much more here. But the pictures just give it that much more meaning and add that much interest for those of us that might be toying with the idea, but might want to learn more. So tell me a little bit about the club and what your goals are as far as those of us that may be interested in finding out.
Well, our club is the Astronomers of Verde Valley, and we're located here, and we basically cater to people all over the Verde Valley. We even actually have some members that have part-time residences up here that live in Phoenix. So we cover a wide area. One of our primary interest is community outreach, doing star parties at night, solar gazing in the daytime and such. As we have set up here, we have two solar telescopes set up here. One dedicated hydrogen alpha telescopes that allows you to see flares, prominences, and some very nice detail on the surface of the sun. And then we have a regular nighttime telescope outfitted with just a glass solar filter that blocks out all the harmful infrared, ultraviolet radiation, only allows just a very, very small percentage of the visual light to come through it, but we're able to see sunspots with that particular telescope.
So are these telescopes for daytime use only?
This one is the hydrogen alpha telescopes for daytime only, but you can take a normal nighttime telescope and put a solar filter on it, and you'll have a solar telescope there.
You were telling me earlier that today the solar flares are very active?
Correct. We're entering about midpoint on the solar cycle, which is when the flares and the solar activity and 2 weeks ago, you may recall, we had a coronal mass ejection that affected some satellites and air traffic and such. And over the next 2 years, that cycle is going to peak, and there will be more and more activity.
In all of the research that gets done with that, is this something that's going to continue to increase? Is it something that is just a cycle?
Over the next 2 years, yes, and then this cycle will start decreasing over the 11 years. So there's a midpoint at roughly 5.5 years in that 11-year solar cycle.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. So let's step back here just a little bit. So with this one, we can see the solar flares. Is that what I understand?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
The solar flares are the plasma and such that come off the edge of the sun. And being that this telescope only sees in hydrogen alpha wavelength, the sun appears very, very red. But it allows you to see those flares and prominences. And we have two particular prominences today that are probably over 50,000 miles tall, much, much larger than the Earth.
Well, maybe with any luck, we'll get a chance to take a look at that or some pictures of it as they happen. So we'll look forward to that. A little bit more about the club. I know that you had an event last night, and you have monthly meetings.
Correct.
some of the highlights throughout the year. What would you say are the highlights?
Well, we for Verde River Days, we'll be at Verde River Days this year.
Oh, good.
And we'll have solar telescopes set up. Basically, these telescopes set up during the day to see the flares and prominences and sunspots and such. And then that evening, we'll have a star party with regular nighttime telescopes. But if you go to our website, astroverde.org, we have a list of upcoming events. And then if you click on the link, it'll give you the full year's events. We have quite a few events scheduled throughout the year.
I was looking at the schedule. It's very busy. It seems like at least once a month, if not 2 or 3 times a month,
exactly.
there are events. And one thing, again, just a reminder, viewing the skies is as much fun during the daytime as it is at night, but you'd have a great experience by being out joining one of the star parties, and I know there are several right here in the Verde Valley, but you also go to some other locations. I believe Karchner Caverns.
Correct. Yes, we just returned from Karchner Caverns a couple of weeks ago. We have already had a star party at Lake Roosevelt this year. One of our largest events this year will be at Alamo Lake. Now that's a little ways from the Verde Valley, but that star party, this will be our 6th annual Alamo Lake Star Party in what they call Night Under the Stars, but it has been designated as an Arizona Centennial event.
Well, all want to keep that in mind. The opportunities are pretty endless, and I know we were talking earlier, I've had interest in the skies, but I've never actually gotten to the point where I've attended any of these. Definitely something that, even when I mentioned it to my husband, he wants to do. Check out the website, astroverde.org, and see what events are coming up. Attend a meeting at VVMC. Yes. People can check it out a little bit before they decide to join, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the public's welcome to attend any of our meetings.
Excellent. Check it out, and we'll join you back in the studios in just a few minutes.
I saw the sun is a big ball of gas, and it's 99% of our solar system's mass. It's an average star in our Milky Way, warming the earth every day. What powers our sun and makes it so bright? Come on and tell me what makes all that light. Hans Bethe long ago reached the conclusion it changes hydrogen to helium by nuclear fusion. When fusion
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
Now, some action from the courts. Billie Jean King renewing her rivalry with Arthritis. First set, furious volley, and right to the net for a winner. Beautiful forehand there. Arthritis, stunned. And here, match point. Billie Jean with the ace, taking it in straight sets. Afterwards, a jubilant Billie Jean King.
Tennis is a weapon for me with arthritis. There's nothing like it for me to hit a ball, run to the ball, anytime, any court. I'm ready. Let's go.
What's your weapon against arthritis? Find out at fightarthritispain.org.
If you're looking for a new pet that your family will cherish every day, consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals, eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. So bring home your new buddy today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to Senior Living. Thanks again for joining us. We have talked many, many times about the organizations here in the Verde Valley that are both so beneficial to each of us individually and so beneficial to the community. The Verde Valley Fire Foundation is a nonprofit that involves all of our fire personnel, our emergency personnel. One of their biggest goals over the last couple of years was recently accomplished when they took delivery of a Kubota all-terrain vehicle that will be used as an off-road ambulance. It'll be available not only to Verde Valley Fire, but to neighboring fire districts. And the Verde Valley Fire Foundation, it has been doing many, many fundraisers to assist in those kinds of projects. We will be joined now by Verde Valley Ambulance Manager Amy Moore. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being on the show. We appreciate it. And we have a great fundraiser coming up right around the corner. But first, I wanted to find out just a little bit more about the Fire Foundation. I've met a few of the members of the organization, and it's just been a great treat to see one of the goals accomplished here recently. Tell us about what else you've been able to do.
Well, our project that we set out to do first was to do the Kubota, and that was accomplished. And now we have some other goals set forth. The foundation was organized mainly to take some of the burden off the taxpayer for projects that may be specialty projects like the off-road ambulance and other equipment that could be purchased through another means that wouldn't be a burden to the taxpayer. So we just keep going on with not knowing sometimes what those projects may be that aren't in a budget. So with our first one down, we're going to continue on with this.
Okay, so you don't have a second project designated just yet?
We do have some items that we are looking at. We are looking at some ways to move bariatric patients that may need special assistance that need specialty equipment. So we're looking into those, pricing, figuring out what would work the best in our community. So right now we are looking at those. There's some certain mattresses that are really awesome to get bariatric patients off the floor in a comfortable way without hurting them. So that's what our new project is right now.
Excellent. And first I'm going to take one short step backwards. I said Amy one more time, Kim Moore, and I had to fess up to that before we went on. Okay, many fundraisers throughout the year. I know that the Christmas tree sale was a huge success. Tell us about a few of the things that you've been doing recently that helped get you to this point.
The Christmas tree fundraiser was great. We've done that twice. We've also done a car wash twice in a row, and those we have only done each year 3 major fundraisers, but we put a lot of work into them, and they've been very beneficial to us. So this is our second round with our golf tournament, so this will be a completed 2-year cycle that is working very well for us.
Excellent. Just a question. I know that the foundation is made up of, is emergency personnel the correct term to use, or all of the firefighters are there? Who can belong to the foundation, I guess is my question.
Actually, the foundation itself are volunteers. There's no firefighters on our board, but they do come and help. Anyone who's interested in helping is more than welcome. We are always looking for volunteers. As a new starting program, we lack volunteers right now, so we'd love to have as many people who are looking for something to do to give us a call, and we'd love to have them.
Excellent. Well, let's start them out easily and invite them to the golf tournament. Let's try that. Okay, April 14th. Do I have
Pine Shadows?
Pine Shadows, 8 a.m. Pine Shadows Golf Course, and this is a fundraising event for Verde Valley Fire Foundation. This seems like a great deal, and anybody and everybody can come play golf. Is that correct? $45 is the registration. What all do we get for our $45?
That's lunch included and 18 holes of golf, and you can buy extra mulligans if you want, or we're going to have some other items there for raffle tickets. We're going to have a 50-50. But for the $45, you get to pay 18 holes of golf, and you get your lunch included.
And the satisfaction of having assisted with the Verde Valley Fire Foundation, that's another big one. Lunch ticket is included, lunches are included, but if you have a friend or someone that hasn't played golf, they can get extra lunch tickets for $10.
Yes.
That's a pretty good deal as well. We know that the Verde Valley Fire District is there for all of us, and I think it's only fair to think that we should be there for the foundation to assist the Verde Valley Fire District. And like I say, everything that I've read, this isn't specifically for use by Verde Valley Fire. It will be shared with other neighboring districts. Yes. And it seems that this can benefit everyone in the Verde Valley and beyond as far as that's concerned. So it's pretty important. Kim is one of the board members, and as she mentioned, our firefighters aren't necessarily members of the foundation, but I've been to various events, and those guys and gals are out there in force, helping the foundation help them. So that's great, and we definitely want to encourage. Like I say, go register, play golf. Saturday the 14th is going to be, we know we're going to have great weather during April. This is going to be a great month. We've got a lot of things going on, and we encourage you to come play a round of golf to benefit the Verde Valley Fire Foundation. Get to know some. I'm going to imagine that there will be some of the firefighters playing golf. You'll get to mingle a little bit, find out what they're all about, and you'll get the opportunity to maybe make a decision that you might want to help out a little bit with the fundraising. Kim, thank you very much for fitting us into your busy day. We really do appreciate it. We are out of time for today. We'll be back again, and we encourage you to stay tuned to Senior Living. From all of us at Yavapai Broadcasting, Verde Valley Television, we thank you very much for joining us, and stay tuned for next episode. We'll see you soon.